All right, now let's get into the most important part and the actual sales presentation. I was so surprised how many people are not using a simple presentation. When I jumped on a call, the prospects were like surprised. Oh, like I wasn't expecting, like, oh, I really liked your sales process. I like the sales deck. And this will do a lot of the heavy lifting. And I usually switch a lot between the presentation and showing things live. So you want to show them as much as you can live and inside the tools, your inboxes. If you're doing Facebook ads, show them the Facebook Ads Manager. If you're doing TikTok, showing like insight analytics, everything as transparently as possible. They just want to see that you can actually do what you're promising. They want to see if you've done it before to similar clients and if you can do it for them. The more transparent you are, the easier it is to close them. So we added our sales presentation here. You can copy this, change it for your business, and we're going to go through this later. And then at the end of the deck, when I get to the end, we also like to paint a picture of what happens next. So showing them how we do it, how we done before, and how the future is going to look like to you. Just make the vision super clear in their head what's going to happen next. If you can do that, you have a higher chance of closing. So let's go through the example sales script. And this happens like after the qualification or if you book a new meeting. And I'm going to switch between slides. I'm not going to show everything in here, but customize this for your business. Start with something simple. Use our sales presentation as a template, change it up, put your own twist to it, and then consistently make it better and better and better, and start working on your own script. So I'm going to show you how to book clients on our calendar with demos. And before we jump into strategy, I want to show you a couple of our most recent success stories. So we start here, your main title, how we help add X amount monthly revenue with quality B2B leads. So this was like our main offer. The clients, they don't really care about like leads as well. They just care about the revenue, actual money that you're bringing in. So that's why we added it here. And before we get into the strategy, the structure, we show them our case studies, how many meetings we booked, the clients we worked with, and just walk into client one, client two, change these to your clients, your screenshots, don't use ours. So we've been doing this for 10 years, booked over 5,000 meetings for hundreds of companies. It doesn't really matter what niche you're in. If your service is high ticket B2B and it helps other companies, we can get your foot through the door. So then you go through the clients. For client X, we got 30 to 80 meetings, which added this much revenue. They're targeting B2B companies and software, and the ticket size were from X. And then you just want to show them, if you have a bunch of case studies, the most similar ones to them, that's going to resonate with them most. And if there are more like not as similar, just you can quickly go over them and go over the headlines. So this was like very similar to you. We did this to them. We did this and this and this. And then for this client, we got 25 meetings, 25 for them, 25 for them. And then you go into the background. So here's a little bit information about their founder or a company. Just again, tell them this is where you can brag about what you've done, the biggest success stories, how you got started, just your story, a little bit, make them understand why they should trust you, be transparent, and have all of your achievements in here. We also added, like, if you have a global remote team, so people from all around the world, that's a good thing to add there so they're more familiar with you. And then before you get into the structure, have a strategy overview. So before we get into details, I want to give you a high-level overview. We switch to this one, just showing them the process. So we start with lead generation, finding the people, the targets that you want to go after, so we know we're actually targeting the people you can help. Then doing the email setup, then testing a lot of variants to seeing which messaging lead combo works. And then once you're getting meetings in, we're going to help you a little bit with the sales process, helping you close as many people as possible from those leads. And if it works, we can scale it up, getting more domains, more accounts, getting more and more meetings to you. So then once you have the high overview, you go into steps one by one. So lead generation, you talk about how you get the leads. Then every email unique and personalized. If you do that, how you're doing personalized lines. Then the email outreach and sequences. So here, where I would actually go into instantly and show them our campaigns like live. So this is what they're doing right now for this client, just like live showing them the actual campaigns. This is what we're doing for ourselves, and you're going to get access to this. This is like what your campaigns are going to look like. Again, painting the picture in their head. Then I said, oh, okay, so these dudes like seem legit. They're showing me actual campaigns, and I get access to this. So, like, lower chance it's a scam, right? Because this is what, like, the trust is the biggest thing. They don't know you. You just reached out, cold prospect. You make you want to make them believe you by showing them that they can trust you and just showing as much information transparently as possible. Then showing the A/B testing, you're testing the offers, and once you have good leads, qualified leads, put into your email engine the campaigns you're doing, you're testing different offers. Once you find what works and you're getting those leads, then we offered sales process audit on how to close as many of them as possible. So all of this is in the script in here. And the sales process audit, we just like show you don't have to offer this, but we found it helped a lot with companies that weren't as good as we were from closing cold leads. So you might want to offer this. And once they can consistently close uh, good prospects, then we can scale it up. Once it's working, once it's profitable, we can just scale to the moon. We can just add more domains. It's actually very easy for cold email, for lead gen to scale up working campaigns. And then you go into the recap, our process. Again, just recap. We start with lead gen, we do the email setup, then we test it. Once you're getting leads, we do the sales process optimization so you can close as many of them as possible, and then we scale it up if you want. Then, after the recap, guys, like, do you have any questions about everything I just covered? So answer all the questions, and if they don't have any more, a really good thing you can add is, and the best thing is that we've already started working on your campaign, and you can pull up a Google Drive where you show them like, hey, before the call, you told me you want to target e-com stores, so we already pulled 100 e-com stores. We have them ready to go. If you give us a thumbs up, we can start writing personal slides for them today. So show them you can start working on it quickly. And let me walk you through the pricing so you can get started with your leads. So then have your pricing. It's in here. So just quick sample growth plan, everything you have in here, just stack it up, and then the pricing, 9K one time, 200 pay per lead, money back guarantee. Again, then they ask like if you have any questions, go through the questions, and once they said like, yeah, okay, I need to talk with my team, then a really good strategy is incentive-based pricing. So this is one of the best things that I learned from the sales company, and I haven't seen many people use. So what you want to do is once you show them the pricing, tell them, so usually it's 9K one time, but if you help us make a decision faster, I can offer you incentive-based pricing. So because going back and forth is time consuming and expensive for us, if you help us make the decision quicker and can give us a thumbs up in 24, 48 hours, I can save you 3K from the plan. So instead of 9K, it's going to be 6K. You get all the same things, but just save 3K. So all you have to do, just talk with the team, let us know if you want to go for it. If it's going to take you guys longer, no worries. We can still continue our discussion on regular pricing, but just wanted to show you this, offer this, if you guys are ready to get started straight away. So this is very powerful. If you qualify them, they actually can afford you, they want to get started straight away, there's no reason why they shouldn't do this. Imagine you can save 3K just by giving the answer sooner if they actually want to start. If they're still going to give you like pushback, and like it's not going to always like close straight away after this, but this is a really good qualification if they're actually interested, because this is like a no-brainer for them if they're already interested in the main ones. So I would recommend testing this out and experimenting with this, and then just ask me, does this make sense? And as you can see, everything is ready to get started. Well, let's say it's yes, and we can get started straight away. So what do you think? Do you want to give it a go? Sometimes it happens, it's a layup, they're ready in a call. Sweet, I'm excited to get you started. After our call, I'm going to send you an onboarding quiz, our agreement, and a Stripe link. As soon as the payment comes through, we'll get to work on bringing you more business. Welcome aboard, welcome to the team. If you want to think about it, like sweet, so let's book you in for a super short follow-up, thumbs up call in 2 days, whatever that timeline you agreed on, and book them in on the call. Like, don't I'm going to send later, do it straight away on the call. So does like on Tuesday 3 p.m. work for you? Just like book them in straight on the call. Don't leave the call without saying the exact next steps. And thanks. I'm going to be sending you over everything we discussed and talk to you in 2 days. If you have any questions in the meantime, just let me know. So that's the main uh, like script part. You can get really in depth and detail about this, but don't get too crazy in the beginning. Just actually provide value, showcase your case studies, go through the structure, make it as simple as possible, make a good overview, go through all the steps, have a clear pricing, super simple, like no brainer, and then you're on your way to, again, start closing more and more. In the next part, I'm going to talk you through some of the offers and some other strategies on how you can improve your sales presentation.